Along with the pomp, pageantry, and punditry of this week's Democratic National Convention will be plenty of images of one particular animal, the donkey. But why? Connor Knighton has our answer and much more.
Democrats and donkeys have been linked ever since the election of 1828, when Democratic candidate Andrew Jackson's opponents labeled him a jackass. Instead of taking offense, Jackson embraced the association. Decades later, after political cartoonist Thomas Nast depicted Democrats as donkeys, the symbol really took off. Although the donkey has never been an official party emblem, you will undoubtedly see it on display this week as the Democrats gather in Chicago. But to witness an actual gathering of donkeys, you'd be better off heading to the small town of Beatty, Nevada.
Burros are just part of Beatty. You don't think of Beatty without Burros.
At Happy Burro Chili and Beer, Beatty locals admit to not always being happy about the town's famous four-legged residents.
I have a love-hate relationship with them, actually. I think they're funny. I hate that they get in my garbage. I hate that they poop everywhere.
Oh, golly.
Donkeys can be cute, but they can also be a nuisance, knocking down fences and chewing up gardens.
It's a show of hands who's had a burro in the backyard.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Burro, by the way, is just Spanish for donkey. It's the exact same animal, although people tend to refer to wild donkeys as burros. While they're originally from Africa, they've been in North America for centuries.
We're talking late 1400s, 1500s, Spanish explorers, early missionaries, some mining operations used burros.
And so brought to work.
Yes, brought to work, you bet.
Gus War is a program manager with the Bureau of Land Management's Wild Horse and Burro program. The American West was built on the backs of burros until changing times and technology made the animals less necessary.
Once their usefulness was used up, a lot of people would just turn them loose. So they truly became wild animals.
For decades, it felt like the Wild West in terms of how the free-roaming horses and burros were managed.
There was animals that were being gathered up and sent to slaughter.
Before hearing our first witnesses...
That all changed in 1971.
The proposed legislation would give them status as a national heritage species.
Thelma Johnston, known as Wild Horse Annie, successfully led a campaign to protect wild horses and burros, testifying in Washington alongside school children who rallied to the cause. The passage of the 1971 Free-Roaming Wild Horse and Burro Act proclaimed the animals, quote, living symbols of the historic and pioneer spirit of the West, and ensured that they would be legally protected from capture, branding, harassment, or death. It worked.
As far as protection, the animals are thriving. Almost too much now.
Today, there are more than 14,000 burros wandering around public lands, where they can overgraze and threaten delicate ecosystems, or end up on roads and cause traffic accidents. Attempts to control fertility have been largely unsuccessful, so the Bureau of Land Management removes the burros through frequent roundups, controversial due to the way the process can stress the animals. The government would love for you to take one home through their adoption program.
Discover the magical bond you can enjoy with a wild horse or burro.
But not all the burros find homes. That's where Mark Meyer steps in.
I'm the donkey guy, because I don't think donkeys got their fair shake.
Myers is the executive director of the nonprofit Peaceful Valley Donkey Rescue.
Take your hat off, walk into any bar and pass it around, say, I'm raising money for the donkeys, you're going to get laughed out of the place.
This sprawling ranch in San Angelo, Texas, takes in everything from abused domestic donkeys to wild burros the government struggled to adopt out.
We joke that it's a backyard hobby gone horribly wrong.
Mark and his wife Amy purchased a pet donkey in 1999.
This is Izzy.
Its gentle, almost dog-like quality
It's good stuff right there.
challenged their preconceived notions about the species.
When you talk to people about donkeys, what are the stereotypes that you hear?
They're stubborn, they're stupid, they're lazy, and it's like none of that is true. They are loyal, they're protective.
This is Almond Joy. This is Betty White.
Oh, this is Betty.
The goal here is to tame these donkeys and get as many as possible adopted.
Hey.
Carrie and Brad Dawkins are here to pick up Hank and Miles.
Oh, they're precious. They're so sweet.
Meyer says his rescue has adopted out nearly 11,000 donkeys. He also just opened a donkey history museum north of Las Vegas, to make people more aware of their often overlooked contributions.
They're forgotten.
Yeah.
And I just feel it's my job to make people know all that they've done.